All right, so my friends, welcome. We're playing some Modern still as we prep for my commentary at Spotlight Series Indianapolis this weekend. So make sure you tune into that, of course. I'll be on coverage Saturday and Sunday with Corey and, of course, Carmen and Ryan, who are phenomenal. And if you're going to be there, make sure you say hi. And getting back into a little bit of Modern here. I've played a bunch of Modern lately. And this is a deck that came in 4th place in a challenge played by Juan Mott. This is a Murktide deck. Of course, Psychic Frog is a pretty absurd Magic card. And this is kind of like the tempo control deck of the format. Pretty unique here, though. It's splashing white for main deck Pest Control, which is a very powerful card. It's roll non-land permanents, mana value 1 or less. So got the Oculus thing going on too with the Unearth. So kind of like combo control. Not combo control, but like tempo, not combo, whatever. It's kind of tempo-y. It's not a control deck. It is definitely a tempo deck in that regard. Trying to do the thing. And yeah, that's what's going on. So mostly we'd expect counterspells, removal spells. 3 Stern Scolding.
I look like a jackass.
3 Spell Snares, which are cool to see. And, of course, 4 Counterspell. And that's the deck. So, let's get right to the game. See how it goes. Brought to you by Ultimate Guard. My wonderful sponsor, of course, Ultimate Guard. Makes the best gear in the market. Not even close. Ultimate Guard gear is by far top-notch. And they're also a great company, too. They do phenomenal things. Look for them in the Magic Cons coming up. They always have a phenomenal booth there. They do great things in the community. They run the coverage for the RCs. When you combine having a company that makes great products and then also does great things in the community, you couldn't do any better than that. So check them out, of course, ultimateguard.com, wherever fine Ultimate Guard products are sold near you. All right, let's rock and roll with our one-lander here. And we do have Scolding, and Spell Snare, but can't keep this hand, unfortunately. We're on the draw. We're going to mulligan. And mulligan into 2 lands, technically, with Sink into Scooper. Oh, man, this is the ugliest Thought Scour I've ever seen. I should take a time to fix these arts, but we're going to keep this. It's not great, but whatever. Bottom of Fatal Push, and hope our hand shapes up a little bit. Thought Scour is quite nice in this deck as a way to put some cards to the graveyard and go find your Tamios and stuff. Not Tamios, Murktides. Not Murktides, the other guy, Oculus. Anyway, so we're gonna push this Tamio, and we get push into push. Sink into Stupor, Counterspell, Thought Seize, pretty fine. Watery Grave. Take 2. Push ya. Push ya. Say go. Rock and roll. Delta. Grave. Oh yeah, play a Froggy. Give me the Froggy. Give me the Froggy.
Always takes rock.
Love to see it. We're going to sink into Stupor as a land here, I think. Play Sorific Springs. Pay 3 life. Fatal Push. Get out.
Get off my plane.
We're going Frog Hunting. Thank you very much. And then we're going to have a Thought Scour or Spell Snare. Carl, where you going, man? Desperate for food. Just absolutely desperate. Want a treat? Should I give Karn a treat? Yes or no? YouTube folks, this is your comment of the day. Treat for Karn. Put it in the comments, and the next time I see Karn, I'll give him a treat. But all you Twitch folks who are live right now, also say treat for Karn. If you want me to give Karn a treat. Land go for them. We're going to see Thought Scour on ourselves.
Hello, darkness, my old
It's funny how this card's like so good. I don't even know how much play it's currently seeing. That's kind of a bummer. We're getting Bowmastered. So yeah, do the thing. We draw a land. We can just like jam Murktide. Nicole brought in a huge bone for Karn. Jeez, look at this freaking thing. You want this card? Hang on, go to work. Maybe we'll see what you can get. 3 cards in hand. Even Murktide. We'll probably just Murktide Spell Snare up, honestly. I imagine most ways they have to kill. Murktide costs 2. Yeah, they were just in. Stop on our upkeep. I forget how ridiculous this card is. A preposterous Magic card here at Orcish Bowmasters. We draw Force of Negation. That's kind of cool. Sure. Let's Murktide. Do the thing. Spell, 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 spell. Big Mamma Jamma.
Good lord. Gigantism.
Resolves. Say go. We get Spell Snare and Force of Negation up. If we untap, we have Counterspell. Hard to sleep on the job over here. And they get a black land, and they want to cling to dust my Marsh Flats. Okay. Consider it clung. Alright, I mean, 2-turn clock. Pretty big dragon. Blue, blue, blue. 4. Looks like they're a little more flashy. Like they're more like instant speed kind of deck. Might have that charm. Sink into Stupor. Not happening. This is not happening. Force ya. Love it. And now I untap with Counterspell and the game's over. This card's absurd. Like, it just, like, blows my mind how absurd all of these cards are. Like, in Modern, the cards are just so freaking powerful. Like, even from Gurmag Angler to this card. It's ridiculous. Alright, say go. 2-turn clock. 8/8 flyer for 2. Counterspell's up. Ready to go. Did you find it? And now we come to the question of, do we get Karn the Mega Boom Boom? This is a Mega Boom Boom. Almost as big as a Murktide. Take 3. Tombstalker? Yeah, Tombstalker was a card. Love busted cards? I don't know. They play Psychic Frog. I think any card that does not... Oh, I guess I'm sorry. This does... They can block. So, we got a Countervis. Sure. We saw that Spell Snare, you know, but we need to pitch it, so... Sure, we'll Countervis. That should probably be the game, right? It's fair when all the cards are busted. They're not all busted, though. There are only about, like, 20 cards that are stupid busted. You know, and you have to play all those in a format of 10,000 cards. So, that was a good game for us, obviously. We did our thing. We Murktide, and we went from there. Sideboarding-wise... Trespasser, shoot the Sheriff. What's up, Rhythm? Let's go, my friend. Happy to have you. Spell Snare. Stern Scolding does counter Murktide. Does counter Bowmaster. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Artifact or creature. Don't like that one. I'm going to go on a removal spell. Abhorrent Oculus. These pest controls are really bad against them, right? Got pest controls. Trespasser seems fine. I actually don't hate the Dreams of Steel and Oil. I don't know. It's kind of tough, but Nihil Spellbomb. I don't even know if they're Murktide or not. They probably are playing Murktide. Force. Ketramose is not that good. Is it good? It's a weird one of. Yeah, it's the mirror, but they have no Oculus. They just have like Bowmasters and stuff instead. Force? Do you wanna... We didn't show them Oculus or Unearth. We showed them Thought Scour, which should probably give them enough information to know that we're unearthing. I tend to like boarding out stuff like this in a post-board game where like we're scared of Graveyard Hate. Not much to bring in though, you know, like I think it's fun to bring the Force too. I don't know. Mega Bone is right next to Karn. I will give Karn the command, and he will eat the Mega Bone. Or leave. Okay. Here's your Bone. He doesn't want it. Wow. Wow. That is disrespect. Okay. So, we're going to keep. And we're probably playing Delta. Damn. Yeah. That's Tarn. Play Tarn, Sigyo. And have a Scolding. Push. Hand's not great. They Strand. They sewers. Karn didn't even eat the bone. He just left it there. Line number 2. They say go. We're going to fire up our own sewers. We're going to see a Hallowed Fountain. We're going to put that in the bin, I think. Untap. And just play a Delta and say go. We draw on Unearth, so we have some pretty sick equity on our Scryland if we hit a creature. They fetch. I thought about stock up in modern decks. It's a pretty good card. It's kind of slow, obviously, but I don't know. All right. They play Watery Grave untapped and say go. What's the third mana for? I think they have Archdruid's Charm in their deck, if I had to guess. They seem to be like much more instant speed based. Okay. There are no plans to bring Arena Modern to Arena. It will never happen, almost assuredly. It would require an unbelievable amount of effort. Top card is Spell Snare. Spell Snare is pretty good in this matchup, but we kind of need land drops. Fill in the graveyard's pretty appealing. We're trying to ship this. All right. We draw Swamp. Hard casting Force is definitely reasonably real. Playing Swamp kind of sucks, though. I'm just going to play this tap and say go. I don't foresee too much happening here. If push, Scolding, Force. And a Bowmash, I probably cast it last turn. End step, Sauron's Ransom.
I'm tired of the clown show.
Choose an opponent, look top 4 cards of your library, put it face down, face up pile. And the ring tempts you. So this is a very flashy version of the control deck, sure. So top 4 cards are Borrower, Island, Thoughtseize, Kaido. It's a collection of cards. I don't want them to have Thoughtseize. The top pile is face down. Okay. Borrower Kaido is not too bad, I don't think. Kaido is actually really good against us. The Borrower is whatever. The top pile is face down. God damn it. They make the UI any worse for this program. Top pile, face up. Bottom pile, face down. Just like put that in the box or whatever, you know. All right, I think I like this. Tempt them. I don't want Thoughtseize. I think that's the worst card for us. And Kaido is tempting, but the Borrower's kind of meh. I don't know. It's just kind of tough. I'm not sure. Sauron's Ransom. All right, so they take Thoughtseize Island. Wow. Took the non-Kaido pile. Play an island. 7 cards in hand. The ring has tempted them. Very important. And they're just going to Thoughtseize. Did they say Thoughtseize? We just like cycle Unearth end step, I guess. Sure. We're not forcing it, so. Oh, Sauron ransoming? I don't know, honestly. The card doesn't make any sense, right? There was no ransom. It was just like the things he got from Frodo, you know? They can fire up their own Murktide here. That could be a problem. Yeah. That's not good. Okay. We're probably in trouble. This is going to be it's only a 5/5, I guess, but 5/5 is not the worst stat line wise. Trades with Oculus. And then they're going to preordain. They could have preordained first to make it bigger. That's weird. Sure. Bottom. Okay. Cycle this. Oh, I guess it was a ransom, right? Because he was trying to, like, offer Frodo for... But, like... If they already had the ring, then what's supposed to be... Whatever, doesn't matter. All right, untap. Thought Scour. Marsh Flats. I think we're just digging deep. We're looking for what? Like, we have, like, a freaking Shoot the Sheriff and, like, maybe one other answer to this. We could Scryland first for a third look. Find her a Murktide, too. That doesn't work. Never mind. It's mill 2 and draw. So, sure. All right. Thought Scour myself. We had Force of Negation, Ketramose, draw Counterspell. Not very good. Should I play Flats and say go? And, I mean, at least it's not a 2-turn clock. It is like, you know, we have 4 turns here at the moment. They have 6 cards in hand. Take 5. 13. Dragon's far too big to push. All right, end step. Crack this. I already have the arc. All right, we only have 2 surveillance in this deck? It's kind of weird. You want 3, but sure. Untap, draw island. Not very good. All right, we're just dying to a Murktide. Don't feel so good. I would say that they seem favored in this matchup. They have like more instant speed card draw and Kaido and stuff. More hard to answer things, and they can play mostly at instant speed. Take 5. Untap. Alright. No Stern Scolding.
I look like a jackass.
Seems extremely hard to win this game. Let's see this. N says, you're playing blue-black Murktide. What, I thought you hated these type of decks? What would make you think that? They have Murktide number 2. Nope. Not, I think they have Murktide number 2. Saw 2 spells in the bin. Thought it was lethal. Realized it's only 1 instant or sorcery. Or was that Blink today? Nah, that deck hasn't changed much since the last tournament, so... Preordain's fine. Problem is if they have another Murktide now, they just like, we died of a trigger anyway. Top. Play Springs as a land. That's not good. Alright, so if I play Murktide, they kill us. Pretty embarrassing game. We just literally couldn't kill a Murktide, and our hand was a bunch of blanks. Not cool. Maybe Dreams of Steel and Oil is actually a little more interesting, because we're just so soft to that card. Nihil Spellbomb, less exciting. We probably have too many fatal pushes. Nah, we don't, because they're playing Frog, so. Trespasser. I think it's still fine. We just like are a little more threat reliant, and we didn't really find threats that game, so. It's not the end of the world, I guess. Alright, so we're probably just jamming Frog on 2, even though there's a bunch of cards that counter it. Okay. So we're clear for takeoff on Frog. If they have a push, they might be inclined to do it on their turn to play around a counterspell, in which case they play this into Force, which is nice. Surveil Archive. We're going to ship that, I think. Just want untap lands. Stern freaking Scolding. We have one white card in our entire deck. It's pretty funny. Yeah, it's still worth getting. I don't want to mill it over by accident, so... Alright. Here's a Frog. We're pretty all in on this Frog. Just another Frog Monday. Frog of their own. We each have 6 cards in hand. It's pretty amusing. And we draw another Frog. Okay. Now what? Frog v. Frog. Ours can fly. And so can theirs. They just discard a card, right? And exile it. Our Murktide is not great, because we have no spells in the graveyard, obviously, so Murktide's pretty unappealing. No land's kind of tough, too. Maybe we should have kept that archive. I was a little greedy. I figured we'd draw a land or a cantrip. I was hoping my Frog would get through. So, missing a land drop here is probably going to be the end of us. Preordain's fine. Why no attack? Why attack? Remember, folks, best rephrase your questions as, I would have done this because of this reason. What do you think? Not, why not do this? It's easier for me to have a clear thought of what you're thinking, so I can offer my refuting statement. Bottom. And they go to the Frog, too. They have a Sheoldred's Edict. I think we actually force this. So I want to cast a Murktide anyway. We just force this and ship probably... We can cast an Oculus if we draw land. I'm going to ship a Murktide. It does put us at much lower cards in hand, so it's harder for us to attack through, but they don't want to attack, so it's fine. So untap. We draw a Watery Grave. We are 2 cards off casting Oculus. We could just play this, discard 2 cards, cast Oculus. Which isn't like crazy. We could also discard Scolding and just cast the Murktide. It would be a 5/5, which is not the best. All those plays are pretty all in, but their hand does not seem particularly good. They bottled the Preordain, not doing much else.
I was in the washer.
In the washer?
You're very lucky.
Jesus Christ. Nicole just pulled a Sharpie out of the washing machine. Or in a wash this morning. I'm very lucky all my clothes aren't stained black. That's... Whoo, boy, that's a bullet there. Alright, so... Yeah, I think I like the Oculus play and shove all in. If they have a subtlety here, that would be the worst thing that's ever happened to us, but... Now we have 3, like, pretty insane threats in play. It's hard to answer all of them. Alright, we're all in. Your turn. Fire up the Oculus. Start filling the graveyard again. Try and get lucky and hit another Oculus here. Or Frog. Manifest Dread. Trespasser's pretty cool. All right. Here we are, folks. We're all in. We got an eyeball, 2 froggies, and a creepy crawly. The frog comes in, that's fine. Let's take it. How many decks today? 4 or 5. This is deck 3. Magic Online is kind of slow going, unfortunately, so. They say go. Untap. Draw. Swamp. I mean, we're attacking here. Do I want to flip over this Trespasser? Probably not, right? Like, you can't see what it is. You won't show me. Hilarious. That's fantastic. Here's your attack. There's a 1 graveyard. It's a creature. It's drained for 1. So exile like a non-creature. I guess it does have value, but sure. Flip it. So let's play land. Because we could draw a blue card off Frog, Spell Snare, or Stern Scolding. Flip it. Rip it. Attack step. There are a lot of pretty high quality cards that they need to deal with. And we're not going to cast a spell, so we'll go to Knight on Trespasser too. Bowmaster. I should have said it out loud. That was my thought of what they had. They Bowmaster. They're going to shoot the frog. They can double block the frog if they want to. Or they could single block it and then finish it off when this frog draws a card. That's an exchange I'm happy with, though, so. Sure, this is fine. So we deal 10 and draw a card. This is a good example of modern day modern, where wow, it's sick. Where the threats are better than the answers, you know? We kind of just like played some stuff. And they can't deal with everything, you know. We'll manifest a spell in the graveyard, I guess. If I was preparing for Indie as a player, what deck would I prep with? I have no idea. I have not played enough Modern in the recent few months to really have a strong feel of the format. That's why I'm doing play-by-play. So I don't have a... if I don't have a good opinion, I'm not going to give you my opinion. So I don't really have a good answer for you. Hateful resub, thanks so much. Oh, yeah, Scolding. No, shoot the sheriff. Sure. Oculus is not an outlaw. Here's a fetch, go to 5. And blue. They can cast Murktide, unfortunately. It'll only be a 5/5, though. Still pretty good. It sucks. Alright. Now we're probably back to being in trouble again. Untap. We draw land. They're at 5. Their frog outclasses our frog, and yeah, it's just not, I mean, we could like Trespasser our own creatures at some point, deal some damage, but I think we're just playing Say and Go here, which kind of sucks. This is why Timeless is more balanced. They have Sword Splash shares. I don't agree with that. Like, threat's still better than answers. 5th land on board needed. I want to Surveil. Here's Sewers. They've been a Counterspell. All right. Bit of a standoff here. Is it inherently good or bad that threats are better than answers? I think that threats being a little better than answers is good, but how much better is the question? Ah, that sucks. All right, sure. Oh, let's not draw Unearth, I guess. I'm just gonna pop this thing immediately. All right, so we're gonna exile some stuff and just give us flying, I suppose. Alright, so creatures are now gone. Unearth now a terrible draw. Glutton has nothing really to eat. End step. Crack this. 3 cards in hand for them, Scolding for us. Oh, we milled over our Surveil land again, and that sucks. Alright, well that's pretty crappy. No Surveil for us. Top cards of the stones anyway. It's a fatal push. That's pretty good if it works. I'm pretty sure we just go for it. Cast Fatal Push. If it resolves, we're sending. If it doesn't resolve, we'll go from there. Sauron's Ransom in response. Oh my god. Revealing Murktide, Tameo, Fatal Push, Sink into Stupor. Jesus. I mean, there's no free spells here, right? So they're probably just dead. Kill this. Just die with everything. Also, they already have a force in their hand. Yeah, I mean... we do want to split the creatures. I mean, we're killing the frog, too. They're dead. They're dead either way. If they have nothing to do here, they're dead. The only way is if they have a force in their hand already. And they can force this push. Let me still split these, though. So, let's do... what the hell's going on? Top pile is face up. Sure. Don't think it matters, but... so it's Murktide, Sink into Stupor, or 2 unknowns. Probably been sick to put 3 in 1 face down. Because I think the only card they can have here is Force of Negation. So, like, the 1 face down card is Force of Negation. They need to discard 2, but... alright, take the push and the Tameo. Oh yeah, they can eat it with the frog. Doesn't actually matter, yeah. The frog is the Ring Bearer, is a legendary psychic frog. Alright, well, they didn't eat it, and now they are dead.
No, don't do this. Enough is enough.
Take your frog, take your Murktide, take your life.
Game. Blouses.
Alright, 1-0. Alright, on the draw again. We do have turn 2 frog. We got a Thought Scour too, which is kind of nice. Turn 1 Scour, turn 2 Froggy. A little counterspell action. Abhorrent Oculus. Have not done the Unearth thing yet. They have an archive for their turn. Keep a card on top. Must be nice. Alright. Flooded Strand, your turn. They did nothing. That felt like an F6. Because why would they keep a card on top and then have a land drop? That's a little weird. Sure. We're going to Thought Scour. Counterspell Pest Control. Okay. Force of Negation. Something is amiss here, I feel like. Play Sink, pay 3 life, play Frog. Double Force, pretty good. They have Spell Snare, so be it. What's going on here? It's nothing. Okay. Discard to hand size. It's a Grizzlebrand. Are they the Neoform deck? We have Double Force and Frog. This is like the Stones, right? And we hit draw Unearth too. So now we just discard Oculus, Unearth, have Counterspell, Force up. Seems pretty good. Could be Goryo's. That's true. Could be Goryo's. All right, let's attack. I should put a land first. That was stupid. I doubt they would try and kill it in combat, but we are discarding a card here, so. Alright. This game feels pretty over. How do I top a card? You know, it's so insane. Play Tarn. Play Unearth. Return Oculus. We literally have 3 counter spells in our hand. Good luck. Have fun. End step, Solitude, pitching Atraxa.
I'm in control here.
Power or top. I guess it's Scolding this, right? Yeah, sure. Take shields down on Counterspell to Scolding this. I like what they have at Ephemerate because they, wow, else would they have, keep his hand and have all these cards in their hand, so. Stern Scolding is a nice Magic card. This is a card. Fool of a Took.
You could have picked a better spot.
Oculus Manifests. Marsh Flats or Marsh Flats. They're just playing Goryo's, I guess. Just like the Goryo's Vengeance, you know, whatever deck. No Griefs, obviously, but. Alright, so we're going to bring in Surgical Extraction. Nihil Spellbomb, Graveyard Trespasser, Shoot the Sheriff. I think Dreams of Steel and Oil. Ketramose doesn't seem great. Pest Control does not look so good so far, I'm not going to lie. And it makes for easy sideboarding, though. Spell Snare is great against them. Stern Scolding seems not so great. They probably just have Solitude as a target for it. Oh, they have Frogs. I'm sorry. They have Frogs. Never mind. Everyone's got Frogs. Any other cards you want to cut here? I don't mind cutting like an Oculus and an Unearth. Just to like lower our reliance on graveyard stuff a little bit. And probably want this extra Force too. What's up, Vin? Thanks for resub. Spell Snare. Maybe the Scolding. I'm gonna shave a Scolding. It does answer Frog, but like so does Spell Snare and Fatal Push, so I think this is fine. Let's try this. Alright. Hand is fine. We're gonna keep it. Swamp's a little awkward, but it's okay. Dreams of Steel and Oil here. Exiling a card, pretty big deal. Playing Swamp on 1 is not great. But fetching up a... yeah, it's fine. Just get a Watery Grave. You know, no white cards in our deck anymore, so... Shock it, bop it, twist it, dreams it. We see. Atraxa, Archaeologist, Ketramose, Subtlety, Coliseum, Tainted Indulgence. So that's a lot of cards that are, you know, a lot to take in. Tainted Indulgence can discard their Atraxa, which is obviously scary. We have Trespasser in our hand, though. Archaeologist, probably the best card here. This is the one they can cast. And then I don't really care if they use Subtlety on me, so And then Ketramose, whatever, too. Alright, so... Okay. Let me say go. We took the Archaeologist, right? Yes, we did. Okay, so there's Archaeologist, there's Coliseum, and we guess Frog, they like kind of have to subtlety it, I think. Which is you probably bottom it. Just want to get to Trespasser on turn 3. Nope, it resolves. Cool. All right, sure. We can also we can unearth this Trespasser. It's pretty gas too. So, end step Indulgence. They could also just draw freaking Goyros, I suppose, which would be kind of shitty, but we can't really stop that. Sepulchre Coliseum's a classic. They can play them Ketramose. I mean, we actually don't have a way to remove Ketramose, which is a little scary, but... Alright, so... That makes our Trespasser really bad, right? Oh, they're Teferi. Sure, that's fine. Alright, so Teferi bounce Frog is fine. We just want to draw... Well, we'll discard Trespasser, I guess. And then just get Trespasser to play? Yeah, like that. So, discard Trespasser. Best draw here is probably a land. So we get to redeploy both threats. Cool. Land. Unearth. Hit Atraxa. And then fetch Frog. Can't leave Counterspell, obviously, because it's Fairy in play, so just gonna play our Frog and do our thing. Alright, you're up, friend. They have Ketramose, Subtlety, and 3 other cards. They did not Subtlety the Frog. Frog is player or planeswalker damage, so you can still kill Teferi and then draw, which is kind of nice. Don't have to choose. You can have our cake and eat it too. Plus Teferi. 6 cards in hand. It's funny because I feel like Ketramose is actually pretty scary. I'm kind of glad they're not casting it. Or didn't cast it last turn. Because, like, Trespasser is not a May, right? Oh, it is up to. Okay, sure. Here's Archaeologist, 2 mana up. Mill over Delta, Vengeance, Tainted Indulgence. Take the Vengeance. Play Psychic Frog. Okay. So this is all looking pretty good for us, I think. Untap, kill the Frog. Let me draw land. Cool. I shot the Froggy!
Get off my plane.
Why won't you die?
Okay. And then we combat. Attack Teferi and Teferi. Turn on our counterspell. Nope, not like that. Hold on. Stop. Alright. Exile the Frog. Oh, Ketramose is only on their turn. That is a very weird rider text. You're correct. Good catch. They block Frog. We'll just not discard anything. It's an 0-3, so... Hand's too good to dump here. You have Counterspell or End Step Thought Scour and Surveil Land, which is excellent.
Anyone home?
Remember, folks, first time here, hit the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Support the content. If you like what I do here, hit the buttons, do the things, all right? Don't forget also $5 a month to YouTube member or Twitch sub. Join the Pile Drivers. I'd love to have you. We got a great Discord, community events, all sorts of cool stuff. And if you got Amazon Prime, ship those Bezo bucks. Lord knows he don't need it. It is pretty cool, yes. If there's a Ketramose in play, we can exile cards from our graveyard to Frog to kill them if they're low on life. This is fine. So, Archaeologist bounces, Teferi dies. They have a Solitude. Pitching the Moose. Alright, so we're going to counter this. Oh, I can't. I'm just an idiot. It's Teferi. Moron. God damn it.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
Fine. Oh, that's really awkward. Alright. They are going to discard a card to the ward. There goes Subtlety. So every card we know about is gone now. Now that this Teferi, now that this Counterspell is blank in our hand, I kind of think we just discard 2 cards to the Frog and kill the Archaeologist. Yeah, I'm in. Alright. All in on Frog, so they go. They have 1 unknown card in hand, that is it. Nothing like good passive punk, you know? Plus the Fairy. Play land. Coliseum is online. They can draw 3, discard 3. That was a pretty good draw. Alright, tag to Fairy. Alright. Draw a card. Spell Snare. That was kind of gas, actually. Probably best draw in the entire deck.
Now this is
We get the Oculus and have a Counterspell up. That's kind of insane. Alright. Alright. 1 Abhorrent Oculus, please. 1 Spell Snare up for, I don't know, Indulgence, or they like Cephaloid to a creature, draw Goyros, like whatever. Yeah, we actually know they have Goyros, right? So they probably should just main phase the Coliseum. Alright. Live your life, friend. Discarding Frog, Strand, and a Goyros. Manifest Dread. Put the spell in the graveyard. Alright. Very creepy. Very creepy. Tap 3. Teferi again. Alright, I can't stop that one. I guess they bounce. No, they plus.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
What? Why are they plus? Yeah, not bouncing Oculus or Frog seems preposterous. I don't know what plusing would do here. Must be a misclick, right? Sure, we'll take it. All right. Cool. All right, we are on the draw again.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
It's fine. We got Island, Tarn, Unearth, Thought Scour, Force, Push, Push. So basically, how lucky am I with Thought Scour is the question here. We're going to keep defensive pushes, Scour to get going, have a Force if needed. Here's a Delta. Let me draw an Archive. I think they're playing Frogs. There's some value in just archiving here and just trying to let them resolve a Frog so you can push it. Let's play the Archive. Archive reveals a Hallowed Fountain. That's going to the graveyard. Say go. Crack that fetch. Get that surveil on. Keep it on top. Crack that fetch. Play frog. There it is. Nope. Overlord of the Baelmerk.
Spawn more overlords.
Okay. What blue-black deck? They are a frog deck. Counterspell, Spell Snare, Frog, Fatal Push. This is a commonly played card in these frog decks? Huh. Sure. Interesting enough. They take nothing.
You know, I just do things.
Even if they had an Unearth, like we might have like Unearth Counterspell exactly. That still seems pretty preposterous. Just not take the card in what's probably going to be a grindy matchup. That's weird. That's really weird. All right. And all right, so you have Counterspell, Force of Negation, Double Fatal Push. Like, if they had an Oculus, like, just cast the freaking Psychic Frog. Why bother casting Oculus? You know, it's not like Oculus is immune to Fatal Push. You know, like, I don't know. This is the spot where I'd ask Corey, what's going on here? Why are they doing this?
Is there anybody in here?
Quiet sounds of Magic Online. Like a calm. They have another frog. Sure. Yeah, we're not going to counterspell this. We just have push, so this is fine. Frog resolves. We're going to end step. Just get a black source. And push ya.
Get off my plane.
And Thought Scour. Unearth, big money here. Big money for Unearth. Oculus!
Now this is pod racing.
Alright. Untap. Now you have Oculus with Counterspell and Force backup. That looks fantastic. Freaking Unearth. Not too shabby. End step. 1 blue. Thought Scour themselves. They hit Brazen Borrower Swamp. Cool. It's like a pseudo mirror, but just playing Overlords. Which is fine, I guess. Manifest Dread for a Froggy. So far, our Pest Controls look pretty damn awful. It does seem great against Boros, which is obviously like the best deck in the format by a mile, and like the most played deck by a mile. But, you know, maybe more of a sideboard card. Blue, blue, blue. They're going to hard cast an Oculus. We have Fetch Land, Fatal Push. Could definitely have like a Spell Snare or something here. Let me try and Counterspell though. Flipping up our Frog next turn is pretty powerful. 1 black. Unearth Oculus. Alright, we're all in. We're all in, folks.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Damn. And now we untap and just do the full Monty. They got 2 cards left. Overlord's still pretty far off. I like Overlord a lot. It's a pretty gas card. It doesn't seem like it's particularly great in Modern, but flip up the Froggy, send in the Clowns. Six damage. We're not going to discard any cards here. I think this is fine. We have the Manifest next turn also, so draw Stern Scolding. It's pretty good. All right, end the turn. Your turn. Manifest. Manifest Dread. See Force and Unearth. Doesn't actually matter. Three cards in hand for them. Lethal on board for us. This is the Psychic Frog is certainly like the the good players kind of card. You know, this kind of deck has a lot of counter spells in it. It's got a lot of play to it. They're pushing my guy. It's fine. It happens. 2 cards left. They have a Murktide. They have a Harbinger of the Seas. Non-basic lands are islands. All right. Is there a swamp in our deck? I don't think there is. Oh, there is. Sure. Right? Just like... we could push this. I guess we probably do, right? We just push this to get our manifest through and put them to 3. We're not going to Scolding it. We just have better targets for that, I think. So let's push this. And then we just untap, put them to 3. One more turn on Overlord. The third manifest is like probably game ending. I should cycle this first, actually, but obviously cycling is this card having cycling is pretty insane. Cycle this, see what we draw. Spell Snare, Stern Scolding, Fatal Push. We've got a decent number of angles covered here. Yeah, maybe if we go to Stern Scolding the Harbinger, because if they get another Oculus back in, now we're lacking the Revolt to kill it, but they're going to hard cast Kaido. Honestly, alongside Overlord, that's actually not that bad. They stun Oculus. Overlord comes as a 5/5. I mean, they're dead to... I mean, it's like this, it doesn't actually kill a big creature very well. Alright. Sure. Untap. Sure. That's pretty good. Alright. I think that'll probably do it. Land. Pest Control. Say go. Bram Moon reset, thanks so much. Playing some Modern. What's up, friends? Doing coverage of the not the RC, I'm sorry. Of the Spotlight Series in Indianapolis, coming up in a few days. Indianapolis. Murktide or Frog? Definitely Frog, right? Frog's pretty nice. Pest Control was useful. 2 mana, draw a card. It makes sense, honestly. You know, if this deck's a big dog to Boros and Prowess and good against everything else, you just like shore up the matches with the main deck card that can be cycled. Here comes the Overlord. Most things it can return. I guess I can't counter a Oculus, but... I'm sorry. Shriekmaw? What year is it? Shriekmaw? We're not blocking this. Okay. Shriekmaw, folks. Shriekmaw. There's the card. Damn. I mean, that is good with Overlord. Let's I get to kill one of my Oculus. This is still stunned, right? Kill an Oculus. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I just totally spaced. I got so lost in the nostalgia of seeing Shriekmaw, I forgot I could Stern Scolding it.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
That's bad. It's still a creature even though you're evoking it. That's fine. They're still dead, right? Like, sack this to stun this, sure. Yeah, I mean, they're still super dead. Else they have Unearth for Oculus. Okay. They're still super dead, right? If I revolted this turn, they kill my thing, so. Get out of here. It didn't matter to me. I just kill the manifest. And I have a frog with flying. Yeah, this doesn't matter, so. Alright. Interesting game. We're playing a very similar deck, and they have like a lot of different cards. They have main deck Emperor Bones, Shriekmaw. Emperor Bones seem pretty good against us. What do we want against them? Trespasser for sure. Definitely shoot the sheriff. Dreams of Steel and Oil seems pretty good against them, because they have like a lot more creatures. Ketramose is kind of nice. Spellbomb, Surgical are like interesting, but not super appealing, and Force maybe. Pest Control is the easy out. Again, I don't mind shaving like an Oculus and Unearth. Not convinced that Forces are that good. Surgical's sketchy too. I think Surgical's bad. I'm only leave the Force out too. I think this is fine, I think. Let's do this. Okay. On the draw, hand is, it's not great, but it's turn 2 Frog with a Force backup. It's just fine. Hedge Maze. What in the world is going on? And they've been an Oculus? Come on. That's unreal. Alright. Well, I'm playing standard now. Here's Sewers. Counterspell the Graveyard, so there you go. Crack a fetch. Psychic Frog is totally unplayable at 3 mana, right? Green, black, Overlord. Sure. They mill over nothing. They can return Oculus if they want to. They can cast it next turn, so. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. They return the Oculus. And now we're in a somewhat awkward spot. We resolve Frog. If they have a fetch line, they can resolve Oculus. We have Force to defend it. Force and Counterspell. 1 black, 1 white card in the deck. I think life's gonna matter. Froggy! Feeling Froggy. Main deck Harbinger, Hedge Maze. I don't know, folks. I'm just playing the games, alright? There's their fetch. They can cast Oculus. We have Shoot the Sheriff, which is kind of insane. Problem is that they have their own force. Things get really ugly really fast, but... Alright. Untap. Manifest Dread. We draw an Oculus of our own. I think we just go to combat. Try and fish out a block. Not drawing a land here is pretty bad. Oculus blocks. All right, double block. All right, so we're going to go for the Sheriff here. If they have a Force, it sucks, but... I shot the Sheriff! All right, and then we'll discard an Oculus. The problem being that, like, we have no land here. I'm playing Bowmasters also. All right, sure. Psychic Frog. It's tough. If we had a land there, it would be pretty good, but our Frog is currently ahead of their Frog, so... And they have a green, not a black, which is a big deal too, so... We draw Murktide. That's actually gas. Because if we get into a Frog fight, discard our hand and play Murktide, it's pretty cool. I can't block here, right? Wow. All right, pass priority. Our first Frog fight of the stream. Thought Scour, targeting them. Hedge maze or pick your poison? Pick your poison's gas. They're just chump blocked. Okay. Really? They have 5 cards left. Overlord's in 2 turns. That was weird. We could just like discard a spell and just cast Murktide with Force back up, which is not bad. Does end the game pretty fast. Or we could say go with Counterspell up, but like missed land drops pretty tough. It's just jam time. Honestly, question becomes how big do I want this Murktide to be? Right now it's a 6/6. Do I need the extra Counterspell or even the Scolding? Because they're counters on Frog and they're counters on Murktide, which is pretty good. I want to... Yeah, 6/6 is good because it gets her an Oculus. They have only 2 spells of their own for their own Murktide. That'll make it a 5/5. I want to go 1 deeper. I can't really articulate why. It just feels right to me. I don't know. And we also get to leave our Oculus in the graveyard too, which is a big game as well. So, yeah, we get to leave Oculus, make a 6/6. Sorry, 7/7. Very fast clock. We got Frog and Murktide. They have Subtlety. Itching Mystical Dispute. That's a huge tilt. Alright, so that was a downside to doing what we just did. That's fine, though. Just going on the bottom now. Alright. Going on the bottom. Saying go. We still got this monster Froggy in play. Emperor of Bones. Sure. Force seems bad against it. They have a lot of creatures. They're not just like all creatures, which makes sense with the Overlords, but I can't exile that. I have to exile 3. I could have discarded 2 cards and exiled it, I guess. That might actually been better. No, it doesn't matter with that, so. Alright, so 3 cards in hand. Overlord's coming in soon. We don't really answer Overlord particularly well. Now we draw a land, of course. Alright, they're probably just blocking if I had to guess. Maybe not, I don't know. This could also hit their graveyard, too. No blocks. Alright. Another Force. Alright, sure. What's up, Grand Moth? Not much point of reference, but this deck seems cool. There's like a million different versions of it, so I don't know what's best or whatever, but... So, exile a card, if they choose. They target nothing. Sure. No adapt. Attack for 2. Our frog can beat their overlord in combat, so it's kind of hard if this card just beats everything. Like, you know, like. Alright, so they're going to last trigger on the stack. Adapt 2. So they're going to get an Oculus back here and get 1 manifest off of it. Sure. Okay, I guess. Random question from Dapperwalkie. How much assistance is available for commentators? They give us Decklist every round. Corey has his laptop usually. Alright, so that's fine. So I guess my frog attack is bad now. Oh, I misclicked. God damn it.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Okay. I think we're dead here, folks. Obviously meant to get a surveil land there. Misclicked. There's a delta. Alright. So no point attacking as the Oculus goes away anyway. So they just block with the Oculus. Instead of Thought Scour. Strand Bowmasters. Their deck seems pretty well suited for a mirror. Target nothing again, sure. Damn. Alright, so mill some cards. Yeah, these forces gotta go. Bad sideboarding on my part. Seems fine like an actual mirror, but like not against like a version of it like this. Five cards in hand. So many cards. Sink into Stupor. Okay. Not gonna hard cast Force. I got a backup plan. They have Spell Snare, sure. So now I'll do this. Okay. Not a fun stack for us, given that we're so all in, but we get to eat their Overlord and attack with the Frog. So they managed to make our hand good there, which is nice. Instead, fetch, surveil. Graveyard. They have 6 power in play. No more surveil lands. They have Fatal Push too, so look at that.
Poor predictable Bart. Always takes rock.
We know they have a Salty in their hand and 2 unknowns. What's up, Kookadoob? We drop Nihil Spellbomb? Holy moly.
Oh, it's raining healing!
Alright.
Oh my god!
That's not bad. This puts them to not much. Should I draw here and see what we draw also? Onslaught blocks when I started playing seriously, so big fan of the Onslaught block. We draw Unearth, which is kind of irrelevant, that's fine. Alright, I mean, we got a big lethal frog and a fatal push in hand. What do you got, friend? They can flash in subtlety, I suppose, and chump block. We just have a push anyway, though, so. Petty theft. What a jerk. Alright, we're going to kill this Emperor Bones. We just can't take this damage, I don't think. So, bounce the frog. Obviously resets the counters. Pretty bad for us. Another Overlord. Jesus.
Good lord.
Salty, Shriekmaw, Murktide. Oh, it's Sylvos Rogue Elemental. Look like it has a modern magic card. Let's take 2 off the mana cost, I guess. I don't know. Opponent's just like playing a very creature-heavy version of his deck. It's kind of crushing us, honestly. We draw Sink into Stupor. It's not very good for us. They have Salty in their hand also. They returned Emperor Bones. They were just dead. Balta's deck's pretty cool, yeah. I think we're just going to game 3. Just I'll do this. Pitching Frog. So they have 1 card left in hand. It's an Emperor of Bones, which is obviously insane against us. Yeah, we're going to go next game. All right. That was pretty impressive. It's a very creature-heavy deck. They didn't show as much graveyard hate. They showed some Emperor Bones stuff. Not like much to really do sideboarding-wise. I don't think Force that is actually that bad. I'm sure about that. Oh, Ketramose, my Ketramose. I keep. Ketramose seems pretty good. Just surveil, counterspell. Can force if we have to. That's going to the bin. Swamp. So there you go. We can counterspell an Overlord too. Overlord was pretty good. Like the game 1 didn't go long enough where it came to it to be a creature, but once it does, it's really, really hard to kill. They top. All right. Nice fast start here. We see an Abhorrent Oculus. Pretty good card to put in the graveyard, but also, like, pretty castable right now, too. Let me just bin this. Pretty high value to have in the graveyard. Pretty threatening as well. We draw a Psychic Frog. So we are out of Surveil lands. Playing Frog on turn 4 with Counterspell backup's pretty appealing. There's that Hedge Maze again. Thought Scour in response to their Surveil. Love it. Pulling those all the tricks. Don't want to Thought Scour over the maze, but I want to get the draw in before the scry. Blue and black. They showed Mystical Dispute. Yeah, they bin one also. We're going to try and counter this. I mean, they might have Dispute here, but, like, I think this is pretty important to... this game's going very slowly. It's the creature will matter. They have a Dispute here, which seems somewhat likely. So be it. Spell Snare. Sure, that's fine. All right, so we could force Invite over this and resolve Ketramose. So we have Frog Ketramose. Our Murktide is not great right now, right? We have one spell in the bin. We're going to have two, but... Man, what a game. What a game. What a game. I don't know.
Yep.
All right, Hank.
Yep.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to fight here. This is crazy, but pretty good engine lined up for next turn. Get the Overlord out of here. We're probably going to resolve Ketramose. Let's see what we draw. Dreams of Steel and Oil will be the best draw. That wasn't bad either. All right. Will I admit that Overlord of the Balemark is the best Overlord? I mean, it is in Modern, obviously, in older formats. But I think that Green Overlord's standard ability is just too much to be matched. All right, so we don't draw for exiling on their turn. We have Frog too, though, so we'll wait. We would like to draw two off the Spellbomb, obviously. The Moose. Shock and Watery Grave. 5 cards in hand. Shouldn't have that many ways to deal with Ketramose. And of course, Frog plus Ketramose hurts every 3 cards in the graveyard to a card in hand, which is pretty awesome. Frog of their own. Alright, untap. Draw Thought Scour. 2 mana up for a counterspell or something like that on my Frog. Resolving Frog is pretty damn important. I think we're just going to start with the Spellbomb and draw 2. No, let's cast Frog first. Cast Frog. If they counter it, we just get to exile an extra card. I have 7 cards in exile. If they don't counter it, the game's like, not over, but we're in phenomenal shape, so... Froggy resolves.
Now this is pod racing.
Okay. Now we're going to Spellbomb. And they're going to Bowmasters. We are going to Thought Scour. Fine, we Thought Scour them. We guarantee 7 cards in the bin. We don't need to do that, though, because we have the Frog. So Thought Scour ourselves. Draw onto the Frog. So they're going to get 2 Bowmaster shots here, which is fine. These games are, like, pretty intense. Oh, I'm an idiot. I should have Frog first, right? Oh, God damn it.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Right, I'm an idiot. Stupid.
I'm tired of the clown show. Tired of it.
That's like really, really bad. All right. Like really, really bad. So they shoot me. In black. We draw. They shoot me. Exile their graveyard. We draw. They shoot something. I mean, this like kind of sucks. So we can just like leave Ketramose behind. Like 1 damage and an infinite is not as good as drawing 10,000 cards. So Just say go. They ain't getting through Ketramose and Psychic Frog. Damn it. Alright. Oh, you don't draw in their turn. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, folks. I played this game like dog shit. I apologize. Alright, yeah. I played this last turn sequence really, really badly. Too many caveats and, you know. Yeah. All right. They discard Oculus. They return it. I think we're stone dead now. Right. So we have Frog next turn. They're going to discard and give their thing flying, attack for a bunch. Attack for a bunch, draw a card. So we need to draw, like, a couple of removal spells here. Yeah, I don't think we can win this game. Alright, so Manifest Dread. We draw. It's an Unearth. We do have an Oculus in the bin, so that's something. Cast the Frog. Draw a card, get Bowmastered. We're at 8. All right. Definitely displeased with myself here. We might still be okay, sort of, maybe. I don't think I want to draw any more cards. Maybe just say go. We get to Oculus. Recycle on Earth. Sure. Alright. Untap. Manifest Dread. We're at 8. We need to watch out because they can, like, kill us with their Frog and our Ketramose. Every trigger is 2 damage from Bowmaster and the Moose, so if they get more cards in the graveyard, they can just kill us. Flip up Emperor of Bones. That's fine. We just exile with the Frog, so... They target Psychic Frog. We'll exile it. Exile Frog. Spellbomb land. We need to find... Honestly, it's like multiple removal spells at this point. It's funny because, like, we kind of want to kill the Bowmaster so we can then draw a bunch of cards and then find answers to these other cards too. All right, untap. They Manifest Dread. Bin and Unearth. We draw. Thought Scour. Orcish Bowmasters. It's 1 life, not 2. All right, sure. Thought Scour myself. Please just draw a removal spell. Okay.
Bingo!
Alright, so... What will they shoot? Is it Manifest or me? Because they can also trigger my Ketramose once. We're gonna push this now. Kill the Bowmaster, unlock our engine. Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Alright. Discard a card. Discard a card. Draw a card. For the love of God, are there any spells in this deck? This is preposterous. Alright. I guess we just say go. Trading Oculus. We can't. Yeah, we should say go. So, alright, say go. Manifest Dread. That was five lands in a row. Another card in the bin. Another body. The problem is now, like, they have two big flyers. Oh. Surprise! Hi, Cassian. How are you? They bounce Ketramose. Okay. Exile a card from the graveyard. I think we have to remove this and pump. So discard a card. Exile 3. Just playing on hard mode here. Fox in the red. Ridiculous matchup. Every distraction in the universe. Manifest Dread. Draw for turn. That's a start. Okay. Now we can kill Psychic Frog. I just get it back though. Oh my god, man. Oh. So we can't even play Ketramose, we can just die to their frog activations. My head's gonna explode. All of our attacks are pretty bad too. If I kill their frog, we kill the Oculus and just try to win like an Oculus game. They just have Emperor for the Oculus though. It's like bad. They just have so many like varied threats here. Let's try and draw more cards. I don't know, whatever.
Good job.
Think you're funny, kid?
Good job.
Oh yeah, I screwed up. I don't even know. Yeah, the clock's super low. I don't know what to do anymore, honestly. I probably should have held that. I don't know. We'll get a card in the bin for Oculus, a card in the bin for the fetch. But the Emperor of Bones probably just kills us. Because they can get back their Bowmasters. Is that even good? I don't even know. They're going to play their another Oculus. Oh my god. Maybe like is decking? No, we would deck first. Okay, so they exile a card. Giving our thing flying is not worth it. Yeah, I should not have played this fetch on. That was very stupid. They play Springs, and they have a Brazen Borrower. Untap. Manifest Dread. Manifest Dread. They've been Spellbomb. Been Kaido. We draw... This is actually... We actually draw like 7 fetch lands in a row. It's actually unbelievable. Like... Alright, whatever. Crack this... I don't have any lands left. Honestly, I do have 1. All right. Discard this. Draw, go to 2. Probably dead. Not sure what we're drawing to here anymore. Oh, look, this. Is anyone watching this game? Is anyone watching this game? Did we just draw 7 fetch lands in a row? Was there... We do a push in there somewhere also, but... Alright, we're just dead. They're 13. Yeah, clock's super low, I get it, I understand. But they play Borrowers. Alright, whatever. Alright. That game was probably a game I should have won. I'm sure I played really bad. I have no idea. That was a really hard game. But whatever. So we went 2-1. We lost the weirdo pseudo mirror to like a much more creature dense version of a deck. That's cool. Let's take a look at the deck here. And yeah, I mean, like, nothing too crazy here. We never saw the main deck Pest Controls like do anything because we didn't play against Prowess or Energy, but they kind of make sense in that regard. And I have no idea what Dimir deck is best, but there's definitely a very good Dimir deck. Psychic Frog is pretty bust up. So there you go. So, YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.